Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where we're breaking down all the goals scored in the Carabao Cup, i.e. my over 20 plus years of coaching experience, and actually tell you what's going on, so hopefully you become a better coach or a better player, and you can understand what's really going on in the game of football, because the football pundits and analysis, these guys, are ex-pros and are generally morons and don't know anything about football. We're not a drama channel. We're here to teach you something about the game, and if that's what you like, this is where you need to be. So we're going to, I need you to remember everything I'm telling you in the first part of the video for when you see the second part of the video. I haven't done it yet, but I know it's going to be the same. And you're going to go, oh, what? That's happened twice? Yeah. That's how dumb people are. Right, so let's just watch what's going on here. We've got a long ball coming in across to striker and the defender. You can already see the separation here, right? And you can see that gap. Now, if you've you know anything about coaching at the back forward, you see that space there is unified. That space needs to be unified again. And when this ball is getting switched, what needs to happen is all of these players need to move over like so and keep that gap the same distance, which they're not doing. You can see they're stretched. They're on the one side. This is why you switch the ball, by the way. This is the whole purpose of it. So the back four make this mistake. This is why you move the ball across the back to move it down the side. So this mistake here happens. This is what you're looking for the whole time they're switching the ball and doing, moving the ball backwards and forwards. And as you can see, this is right at the start of the game. So this should never, ever be happening. Your back four needs to think about like a piece of wire or a rope that's the same distance, and each one has one attached the same distance, and they need to be the same distance apart with the first person on the point pressuring the ball. So as we look at this, we can see the ball's getting pressured here. So this is the first point here. This guy's body shape's kind of awful. He can't really do much about it because he wasn't really anticipating that this pass was coming in, and he's not quite fast enough to get there. But you can see this gap. Now at this point, when you can't win that ball, you don't. But you're a defender, Cash, and you're supposed to jump for the ball. Yeah, but you don't. The reason you don't try to go win the ball, because if this guy does, you're done. So if he touches the ball, if he wins the header, you've given him all of this space to run into because you will be stood next to him here. So all he has to do is run in and smash it into the net box because this guy here doesn't know what he's doing, and neither does he, and neither does he. All of these guys should have moved over and covered here because this is the point of contact where the ball is. None of them have done it. Okay? So let's watch what happens. Bosh. As he comes in, see, he can't win the ball because his body shape's wrong, so he just stays away from him. All he does is let the guy win his first touch, let the striker get his first touch, and then you tackle him on the second touch. Or you let the striker head the ball in behind you and you tackle him on the second one, because you can't get involved here, because if he touches that ball and you don't, which he didn't, he just gets to beat you for free. And gets to beat him for free and off he's to the races. Now, if that guy was where he was supposed to be, he would have just immediately tackled the ball, tapped it over here, and it would have gone away. But they didn't, because they didn't close that gap. They didn't understand how important it is to all shuffle across all at the same time. All right? If this guy can move from, where was he? He was about there, and he got to about there. That means that guy there could have got to about there because he was about there. None of them moved across. Terrible. Right, so now what ends up happening, it comes into a bit of a mash, and it ricochet, little double deflection, and goes into the goal. But you can't do anything about the ricochet, you can't do anything about that, but you can do everything about not challenging for the ball in the air. Let's just look at that one more time again, right? How important that is. This challenge here, he shouldn't be going for because he can't win it. And because this space, like normally you wouldn't mind, if these guys were closer, that's fine, but they're not. You're giving them this space. You have to back off and drop away into the space and win the second ball. Because if he touches it, he just goes straight around you. Okay? Just straight around you. And that's exactly what happens here. And he doesn't really understand that. And he should have been getting a shout. The keeper should have been given, just tell him to drop back, drop off. Whatever their code word is for don't go and tackle that ball, you idiot. Every team has one. Well, every good team has one. Let's just put it that way. Because he doesn't want to be involved there at all. There's nothing beneficial that he's going to do. He's too close to the player. Let's go on to the next goal, because you're going to be surprised to see what happens again. So here we are. We're looking at the Fulham goal now. Now, remember what I was saying is you can't get close to players if you can't touch the ball and you leave space in behind you. Okay, let's watch what happens here. So as we move this forward, Bosh, right, this guy here, he's on his own. This guy's going to press. What's he doing? He's not aligned to the situation. Okay, he's caught in no man's land. Right, he's in absolute no man's land now. He needs to start thinking about getting back in here because he's not goal side. He's a little bit too far forward. Do you see that difference? That 2 yards there is all the difference between a good defender and a bad defender. If he's there, good defender. If he's there, bad defender. Right. So let's watch what happens when this goes. Little pass goes through. Boom. Now, do you see? If he was a good defender, his starting position would have been in line. Do you see where everyone is there? Everyone would have been in line. His starting position would have been there, not there. So that means he could have run like, oh, I just boomed that right up. Well, Cash, you're brilliant in this game. I know I'm bestest. One day I'll figure out how this software works. No, I won't. No, I won't. Right, so what I want to show you is that run. So if he's where he's supposed to be and he's that 2 yards back and he's perfect there, his run can be like that, back to cover him. Now his run is a flat run. Do you see the difference? So a flat run is easy to beat. And then what ends up happening is as he's making the flat run, okay, off he goes. He doesn't need to tackle here because if he does, look at the exact same situation, the exact same space opening up as we just had on the last goal. Can you see it there? Bosch, because he can't really come over and cover, neither can he because they're getting people loaded on the back post. So he can probably make it a step to about there, but that's too far. So what this guy can't do, he can't rush the challenge. He has to get there close and maybe try to block or stop the cross, but he can't dive in because he's opening all this space here. Now also, if you look, normally what you do, if you're playing a 4-4-2, you'd have a defender here and one there. And he would come in and cover this situation here. But he's the defensive midfielder. He's the one that needs to come in and cover. And he can't do it because he's also too far away. Right, let's watch what happens here. Bosch going in nice and tight. He's going to get done because he doesn't try to win the ball. Well, he does try to win the ball. That's the problem, actually. He just goes to ground, dosh, and he gets done into that space. Do you see? The reason he's really done, though, is because he's pressuring the ball so hard and so fast instead of being... Oh, it's easier to show you on a football field. So what you do is you sprint, but you stop. You start slowing down about there. See if I can get this right. About there. So as you're sprinting, you slow down about there. So you're second, third, and then you're tackling. That's what you're looking to do. But he's opened up and given this space exactly the same as the other guy did. Gave him all this space here on the inside. He gets there a little bit different because he beats the player, because the player's overcommitted. But here's the thing. You might think, oh, gosh, it's a different thing. No, it's exactly the same sort of scenario. And that's one thing that you'll see, because especially when you're coaching a lot of football, is the pattern's exactly the same. Okay, it looks different because the guy's dribbled past him, but the same outcome is exactly the same. This guy's overcommitted, like the defender on the other side, he overcommitted to try to win the ball. The space is exactly the same. The entire scenario is exactly the same. The technical differences are different. Yeah, okay, one's a header, but this, one's on the ground, but it's identical to the same problem. Both defenders, both right backs, not understanding. They can't overcommit without winning the ball. Otherwise, they're given this space and the rest of the team not helping them. And in this case, they probably couldn't because in this situation, they weren't going backwards from a long ball. They were already set there defending their box and they have to be there. This guy is the one that needed to be coming in and dealing with that job there, but he's not. So let's just look at the goal. As it comes across, though, Bosch takes a little bit of a double deflection. Oh, look, same as the last goal. Double deflection. Yay. There we go. 2 goals. I'll catch you next time on Cash Talks Football.